Hello everyone, this is my third live stream. It's 8:30 in the morning here. Hello from Malaysia, and I hope you're doing well whichever part in the world you are. I think most likely if you're tuning in live, it will be the USA or Asia. Unfortunately, it doesn't work for Europe this particular time because it will be like 2 a.m. your time or 1 a.m. In any case, I am going to start. So regardless of how many of you will join or not join at the moment, I'm not seeing anybody yet, but it doesn't matter. I believe in future more and more people will join, but I will do as I mentioned in my community post, is that I will do about 5 to 10 minutes of spinal motion class, live class here, and then I will talk about, initially I mentioned vanity is a good thing, but that topic is kind of long. I will do it in my podcast, but in this video I will share a little testimony, a story by my client that he told to me 2 days ago, okay? So here, we're going to start, all right? And just for everybody's knowledge, what I'm going to show you is what I've learned in the gyrokinesis training. So it's about moving the spine in different planes of motion. Now, from here, you're just going to sit upright as much as you can. Try to stack your spine up on top of your pelvis and your pelvis on your sit bones. So you can imagine our sit bones will be definitely grounded on the seat of the stool here. Here, what I have here is a firm surface stool, yeah? Whether you're sitting on a stool or chair, make sure it is not a soft surface, it is not a sofa, okay? We don't want anything plushy and cushy. If you can hear, it has a bit of sound. This is hard plastic or wood is good, or stone. Okay, so sit and make sure your sit bones is right on top of your pelvis is right on top of the sit bones, and the sit bones is grounded on the seat of the chair. Sit this way, and from here, you will start to feel your spine elevating, and then follow me if you can. Have your hands this way, push the side of the ribs, fingers face forward, and start to lift it this way, looking diagonally up and looking at your belly button, diagonally up and looking down at your belly button. The purpose of doing this is so that we start to mobilize our rib cage a little bit, yeah? So we need to take things slow when we mobilize our spine. So we are doing it from the rib cage and down. If I show it to you from the side, it's going to look like this. So I am moving my ribs a bit and I am looking diagonally up here. So imagine the rib movements this way, looking at my fingers, and coming down, looking at your belly button. So this is called arching the spine. By the way, the orientation of our rib cage in relation to the spine is actually this way. It's human nature. We are just exaggerating it a little bit for this arch movement, especially helpful if we need to counter a smartphone posture. And curling, looking at your belly button, and one more time, arching and curling, okay? And put your hands down, let it hang by the side, or put it on top of your thighs. As you arch, just slide your hands back. As you curl, slide your hands forward towards your knees. Again, sorry guys, there's a mosquito here. There are lots of mosquitoes in Malaysia, yeah? So I have to hit it. Again, arching and curling. Now, add one more detail here. As you arch, you inhale. As you curl, you exhale. One more time. Inhaling and exhaling. And release. Stay here, right on top of your sits bones, okay? So you can see what I mentioned just now, my spine, my pelvis, my sit bones. Okay, and then from here, we are going to start to shift the pelvis, shift the thoracic spine here from side to side, okay? The pelvis stays still, pelvis is not moving. So from the front, this is how it looks like. Pelvis stays still, and the ribs or the thoracic spine move from side to side, like this. So you got to imagine this is the horizontal line. Your thoracic spine is sliding along the horizontal line, this way, okay? Now the tendency for some is to end up doing this. This is not the movement, yeah? Keep the shoulders horizontal. Keep this, under the rib area horizontal. Horizontal, horizontal, and the floor is horizontal. It's all parallel, okay? So a few more times here. Go with very small range of motion. Very small, because at this angle, we are actually not able to move our thoracic spine very much. I am putting my hand here so that you see the horizontal line reference. And a couple more times. Okay, and come back. From here, you're going to try to elevate your spine again. And this time, you're going to pivot from under your belly button and spiral to the right, spiral to the left, spiral right, spiral left. Now, note that my entire structure from the top of my head to my torso, they are moving as one. So we want to avoid the compromise here of doing this. You see what I'm doing? I am doing my shoulders. That's not quite right, not for this particular movement we're doing, and we're not doing this, which is moving from the head. That doesn't serve any purpose, yeah? Think of this whole structure, and it's moving as one, just like this. Again, I'm putting my hands here to show you the reference, okay? You can also do that just to give yourself the reference as you are learning this movement. And just a couple more times. Put your hands down. A couple more times again. And slowly release. Now, keeping your spine as straight as possible, we don't want a compromise this way. If you catch yourself doing this, stack your spine up again, okay? Now, what would help is if you catch yourself slumping in the middle of the day or any time, come back to doing the arch and the curl, because that is a great movement interval. Okay, I'm doing this now as a movement interval to show you. Okay. And now let's do one more spinal motion. In this case, we are going to the right side, right chest in line with the right thigh. We arch here, and then we curl here. To the left side, we arch here, looking diagonal up, but towards the left, diagonal left. And then we curl here. Again, we arch and then we curl. So keep your chest in line with your thigh. We don't want this, which is too much sideways turn. It's just about here, yeah, like a 45-degree angle, arching. And to your left. We arch here and then we curl here. Let's do 2 more each side here. We arch and then we curl. As you transition to the other side, try arching a little bit here, and then you arch a little bit more, and then you curl. And last time each side, arching and curling, arching and curling, and coming back up. Okay, now from here, sit. If you like, close your eyes and try to sense how you feel. Sorry, the background is a bit noisy, like there's a heavy truck moving on the highway. Oh, sorry, no, that's an airplane. So good. I'm not going to talk. Let's pay attention to our bodies. See how you feel in your body after doing the few simple spinal motion. Are you feeling more elongated? Do you feel your ribs a little bit more open? And how do you know that? You will breathe better, okay? Now let's try to put everything into a flow. Before we end this live session, before we wrapped up this live movement class, before I go on to share my client stories. Sorry. Okay, and go. Inhale, arching. Exhale, curling. Inhale, arching. Exhale, curling. Inhale, arch. Exhale, curl. And one more. Inhale, arching. Exhale, curling. Do it slow, like there's a elastic quality in your spine, yeah? It's a very good thing if we could take it slow here. And then from here, start to translate your thoracic spine horizontally from the right to the left. So feel like when you move to the left, like somebody's pulling a t-shirt to your left horizontally. You are moving now to the right. Somebody's pulling a t-shirt to the right this way. And as you do that, keep your pelvis still on the stool or the chair you're sitting on. So keep shifting to the right, left, right, left, right, left horizontally. Okay? And a couple more times here. There's no set breathing pattern here. That's why I'm not cueing you how to breathe. But try to do one time inhale and exhale. Now, last time, coming back to the center. Bring your body into a slight arch. And then from here, you're going to start to spiral from under your belly button to the right. To the left, remember I mentioned your whole torso from forehead to your belly button area. You are moving as one unit. This way, okay? So note that my head and my shoulders are not moving independently. They are being moved along because of the spiraling motion here. That's very important to know. So the head and the shoulders are very passive. This way, a couple more times here. And to the right and left. Again, there's no set breathing pattern here. It's all up to you how you want to breathe. You can inhale and exhale, or do it the other way around. Exhale and inhale. It's actually the same thing, yeah? Okay, and then from here, coming back into an arch, and then to the right. Arching and curling, chest in line with the thigh. Slight arch, moving to the other side, to the left. Arching and curling. Again, arching over to the other side and curling. Now for this one, we will stick to the same inhalation. When we arch, we inhale. And then when we curl, we exhale. So that means take a long inhalation here and exhale. Inhale and exhale. And the last time. And exhale and coming back to the center. All right, that's the short 5 to 10 minutes live movement class. So what I want to do is make this kind of the way I want to do my live stream, always start with some movements. So for this and the past live stream, I've done basic gyrokinesis, spinal motion. In the near future, I will add in other things. And if you want special requests, you can also leave me a comment in the section below. Sorry for the background noise again. Let me know what your request is, okay? I will try to see if I can do it. Okay, and it's morning here, first thing in the morning, and there are a lot of activities here. So I hope the noise is not too disturbing. If it is, also let me know in the comment section. Then I might change the timing of this live stream so that it's not so noisy. Okay, now what I want to share is this. I teach in a studio, and Wednesday I have a full day. And one of my clients, he has been coming to me for one-on-one sessions for more than a year. And I always found him quite difficult to teach. Difficult because he actually he doesn't like movement. He doesn't like moving. Life has been good, and he preferred to just do the things that are not so good for the body, like sitting this way, like just taking long drives, not exercising, waking up late, eating all the food that he's not supposed to eat, even though he has gout. So that's actually all not very good for him, okay? Now what happened is, working with him, I almost give up because working with him it feels like, imagine you have a car from the 1980s and you're trying to start it. You can't start the car, right? Because it's a 1980s car. So working with him was almost like that. I would feel so exhausted, spend 45 minutes trying to motivate him to move, and he only moved for the last 15, 20 minutes, and then the session is over. But I always felt so drained. So the thing is, sorry, I have to let the noise go. It's a bit too distracting. Okay, so the thing is, I've told him I don't want to teach anymore. I don't want to teach him anymore because it was just too consuming for me. And then I didn't see him for a month. He came back and he asked me for a session. So somehow I obliged. And when he turned up, he looked completely different. He has lost excess fat, and he told me he has started doing everything I told him to do. And what I told him to do wasn't anything miraculous. It's simply one thing. That is, take morning walks. Start with half an hour, go to 45 minutes, go to 1 hour. And it's not even anywhere hilly, it's just flat ground. And I told him, after about a month, start tying sandbags to your legs and walk the same distance. And he started doing that. So he turned up on Wednesday looking so much trimmer, and his face so much brighter. And I was like, wow, I almost couldn't recognize him. So when he told me he took everything I said into account, after a year, I was, of course, quite proud. So the lesson learned here is this, that for anybody, it's not just for trainers, for everybody who wants to improve your stamina, your energy level, and who think that little things don't make much difference, actually that's not quite right. Little things are the ones that make the most difference, because it is the little things that make you actually start to build your energy, your stamina from scratch. So if you are starting from zero, there is no way you can go from zero to hero right away. You need to build up, okay? So imagine a graph with a gradual gradient up. You need to progress incrementally. And morning walks is what I told him, because I know he didn't like to move, or he still doesn't like to move, but he's doing it anyway, which is a good thing. So walking just back and forth, that little bit is a start. And after about a month, I say tie sandbags to you, starting with just 1 kg on each leg. And he has started doing that. The full results is not yet shown, but I'm sure it's going to be good. So doing that incrementally actually helps to also build up a habit, help to get the body used to moving, help to get ourselves accustomed to the after effect, the benefits of moving. Let it all add up to a point where we can't do without it. Because when we stop, we feel the difference. When we stop, we could end up feeling sluggish or even out of shape, although that's more like mental thing, mentally. It's not really out of shape if you stop for a month or so, but you may feel out of shape. So that's a good thing, yeah? That little nudge or push to feel like something is missing. If you don't do it, it means your body have gotten used to doing that incremental movement. So keep doing it. So my point is, little movements add up to something good every day. It doesn't matter, okay? If you like what I've shown you today, that arching and the curling, okay, that movement of the spine, which I will keep repeating, or I also have it in my videos under the Gyrokinesis Gyrotonic playlist. You can go check it out. Do that, because you may not reach where you want to in a month or 2 months' time, but if you stop thinking about your destination, but keep on improving in your journey there, every little thing you do, it will just get there in no time. Within a year, yes, a year, not a few months, a year, you will feel a big difference. And throughout all this, if you don't give yourself the pressure of any results, if you don't give yourself the pressure of achieving anything, but just doing incremental changes, small changes daily or every other day, you will enjoy the journey more. You will stop looking for results. This will no longer feel like a task. So when you no longer feel like a task, that half an hour will increase to 45, 1 hour or more, which is a great thing. So back to my client, where is he now? So he's gotten used to 30 minutes walk. He's now increased to 45. And he plans to do 45 with sandbag. And the next thing I want to do, let me review the plan for you. If you are thinking of doing something incremental, start morning walk, start sand, and then add on sandbags. The next thing is add on the weight of the sandbag from 1 kg per leg to 2 kg per leg, okay? Walk 45 to 1 hour if you can. No need to go on high gradient, just flat ground is fine. Very, very sustainable, very accessible. You don't need to go to a gym if you don't have time, or a Pilates studio. Okay, what I plan to do next with him is this. I asked him to buy a wristband with weight. Again, it's about, you can go with about 900 grams each. You don't need to reach 1 kg, okay? Here. And just spend 1 hour a day doing normal chores with the wristband with weight. That is going to change the way we move our arms, okay? Because we're going to have a bit of weight, and the way we, say, carry a bag with the weight is going to be completely different. And that changes the way our shoulders move, because suddenly our shoulders need to be more involved in facilitating the movement of the arm. Or maybe the arm muscles have to activate more. You believe me, some people carry bags with their fingers. You no longer use your fingers or your neck to do something. Okay? Some people actually do this. No, no. So this is what I plan to do with him. So less than 900 grams, or if you like 1 kg on each wrist. Do normal chores for 1 day, and that increases to 2 hours a day. So that will be a period of about 1 month to 6 months. This is what I plan for him to do. So hopefully he will do it. Now you can have your own plan, because what I'm telling you now is not a specific scientific formula. It's common sense, if you ask me. You take the incremental amount that you feel comfortable with, okay? And don't do it with the mindset of achieving anything. Don't do it with the mindset of pumping muscles, because if that's the case, you should be doing 20 kg in the gym. You do it with the mindset of improving the movement function of your muscles, your bone rhythms, and giving your joints more freedom. Because light weights, whether it's on the legs or hands or anywhere, helps to weigh down the bones. Weigh down the bones in the right amount for us to create space in the joints. So again, if you have 3 kg strapped to you and you do daily chores, that's already muscle pumping. It doesn't work, okay? If you have 1 kg up to 1.5 in each hand, it's good. Do that, because that weighs the bones down with a slight weight, and when you do the chores, it feels completely different, feels more control, and it gives us a certain awareness, and yet it's not about muscle building. So I hope that distinction is clear, because everything I'm telling you is about improving movement function. It's not about muscle pumping. So for my client, I wanted him to improve movement function, because trust me, once your movement function is improved, you will be able to connect to your muscles intuitively. And when that happens, things like keeping a trimmer body, moving more proficiently, or even liking to move, enjoy movement more, will happen naturally. But we need to actually allow the joints to be free, allow our body to learn what it feels like to move with a little bit of resistance, a little bit of strength, and a lot of length. So that is what I want to say, hopefully, because I'm going to post it in my long form, my channel playlist as well, because I think a lot of people see going to the gym or the studio as a task. And if you see it as a task, you don't enjoy it. After a while, you give it up. But if you enjoy it, you see it as incremental improvement. No matter how little you do, you will don't even think about results, and next thing you know, voila, I've changed for the better. So movement adds up, every little bit. No matter what you do, even if you don't feel like changing your movement style every month, you want to keep doing the same thing for 2 months before you move on, that's all good. Take it at your own time. But incremental movements make a lot of changes, okay? So I hope you find your own way to keep moving, because I always say at the end of my videos, keep moving, keep getting better. Our body loves it when we move. We are born to move. So we need to allow the body to get used to movement if we haven't moved for some time. If you have been moving for a long time and you enjoy movement, that's great. Then try different type of movements. For example, if you don't like to dance, you dance, because that will take the body in a whole new different movement orientation that can only be good for us, okay? So every little adds up, and keep moving, because it can only keep getting better. Okay, so I think I've said everything I plan to say in this live stream. So any question, anything you want to share, or any request, let me know in the comment section below. This video, as I've learned from my last live stream, YouTube will take about half a day to actually calibrate it and upload it into my playlist. So maybe this will be available for everybody um, about a day from now. So you can leave me your comment a day from now. And I'm not very good in, see, that's the thing. I can't, I'm doing this on mobile, and I don't know where the comment section is. I don't know where you guys can, okay, I don't know. I don't know where I can read your comments, to be really honest. Hold on, okay, I am figuring it out. Sorry, I know I'm very close to the camera. Doesn't look very pleasant. Let me try to tap. Okay. Okay, so there is no chat messages here. Okay, I know where to tap now. This is my third live stream. I'm only learning. I don't know where to tap, but now I know. It's bottom left corner. So if you leave me a message, I think. So I see there are two people here. If you would leave me one message, let me see if this works. If one of you would just say hi. Okay, I don't know. If you have left me a message to say hi, I'm not seeing it. I don't know why. I'm sure I will learn to be better at this in time to come. Okay, I don't know. Okay, I see it now. Hi, Paulette. Paulette, hi. Thank you. And it just popped out. Okay, so it's in real time, but somehow it's not safe in the chat box. All right. Okay, so I want to keep this short and sweet, yeah. Because if I keep on talking, I would either bore you with anatomy details or I keep repeating myself. So I think you guys got the message. We are all reasonably smart people. Again, any questions, any requests, you can let me know. And I want to introduce you to my cat, Ria. She has just eaten and now she's taking her morning snooze. So my cat nap about 20 hours a day. Okay, and that's it. Thank you so much for tuning in. And I see like there might be another person here. Hold on. 3 person. Okay, the third person that you have just joined. We are towards the end, we are closing. So maybe join a bit earlier next time. I mentioned in my community post that it starts at 8:30, but if I missed that, it's okay. I will put this in my channel playlist anyway. So check it out because I have a live class, Gyrokinesis live class at the beginning. And for the rest who have joined, thank you so much. Thank you for your support. And so sorry for the noise. If it's too distracting, also let me know. I will change the live stream time because it's morning here and it's bustling. Everyone is moving, getting ready, lots of vehicles, including the garbage truck. Okay, that's it. And wish you guys a good night. Have a have good sleep. Sleep soundly. And I'll see you very soon in the next live stream, hopefully. And take care.